There was a time before I could even double-click with a mouse, when the future began imploding into the present. Corporate wage slaves in neo-managerial cubicle drones, a hyper-capitalist labor aristocracy cracking the whip, and a cyberculture spreading under their radar. An unholy alliance of post-historical liberals and conservatives momentarily agreeing to disagree if morality comes from God or science in an effort to unite their power and stamp out their own children like so many ants on the kitchen floor. We could have had generational war to reignite history on our terms, on our victory conditions, and on our own turf. The future was imploding into the present. If only it was still that simple. A decade and a half's worth of techno-pessimism metabolized into its opposite, better living through organized dissent, dismantled, retrofitted, repurposed, defanged, denuded, neutered, and spayed. I've never doubted humans have free will. It's not to say we're in perfect control of every behavior or choice we make in a lifetime, or even a day, or even an afternoon. What it means is that given the opportunity, human beings will create new choices and not just select from a series of options presented to them by the powers that be, by the gods that rule over us without our permission, the masters that hide from us because we know if they stood in the open, we would not tolerate their control. What would a techno-culture look like if you could build it from the bottom up rather than the top down? And what if that statement didn't sound like half of an Apple keynote speech? What was the hardware crisis of 1999? It was the hardware crisis of all society. The unpleasant little buzzing from the machine after we turned it on for the n-billionth time, this time routed just a little more efficiently into the context of capital. You heard it, but you weren't sure what it was. It came again. Maybe it's nothing. Turn the monitor on. Pass through the screen like Alice into Wonderland, in a dream that maybe someday you could understand how the machines talk to each other. And then the pop, the harsh electrical crack that your monkey brain knows to avoid, to turn everything off, unplug everything, make sure nothing has ignited into flames. No smoke, no smell. But your Library of Alexandria may have perished in the atomic flash, burned to cinders, or sealed away behind a spontaneously generated electromagnetic lock. If you could simulate a world where everyone was happy, where none suffered, none endured pain or loss, what could you learn from such a
technology?
fantasy?
What if technology is good? What if technology is bad? What if technology is technology? What if technology was good, but then became bad? What if technology was bad, but then became good? But what if technology was technology? Who made to the technology? Who is responsible for the technology?
The human mind rejected that world. If a human brain chose to die rather than be lied to, what could you learn from that mind if you could save it? Machines to build the lives that humans always dreamed of, but rendered upside down, inside out. Your computer writing bad poetry while you multi-app Taco Bell and McDonald's and Poke Bowl delivery services to make rent this month. At some point, the machine must be stolen. At some point past human tolerance of squalor and indignity, the slave liberates her master. I was once told at a corporate rebranding meeting that if we're not growing, we are dying. Do you know what organic matter follows that same principle? A cancer. One way or another, the system must close. The boundaries must be sealed. The code no longer updated. Finished. Done. All functionality spoken for. All glitches taken into account. A complete system. A soluble system. Like a chessboard. The endless dialectic of culture and counterculture, irony and sincerity, co-opted symbols and subverted corporate logos. Punk is dead. Hip-hop is dead. We killed them both in a digital hyper-coliseum, cheered on by adoring fans the world over, from Podunk, Iowa and Hayseed, Kansas, to cosmopolitan Shanghai and internet cafes in Calcutta. But new and even more transgressive genres will take their place. It is the fate of youth culture itself. Panther moderns and big scientists studying them into the net ocean and out of the digital world again and again until something shocks the system into free fall, and we will all be forced to make a million new choices that will push our trajectory towards collapse or awakening, or both or neither at the same time. And all the while, the new anthem will be ringing in our ears. The music we cannot begin to imagine. But when we are dead and gone, and they are old, they will call it nostalgia.